with Drake London going down?
Well, obviously, we started out on Monday with a little bit of a tougher practice, just, with the things that's going on tomorrow from the NCAA standpoint. So yesterday we was on the field for Sunday, which I think will help us overall, just, getting 24 hours advance on, the things that Arizona State do and the problems that they provide for us, just, getting film in front of these guys and starting to get the game plan together.
Is the plan going forward with quarterbacks just a split? Is the plan going forward with quarterbacks just a split evenly?
We'll continue to assess that as it gets closer and closer to the game time. I mean, Arizona State provides certain issues that we got to make sure we're able to handle.
What about in practice? Do you try to split it evenly down the middle this week for them with first team snaps?
You know what? It really has always been that way. Just because, just the kind of guys that we have on our team, they kind of always be able to split reps. Like as far as receivers, our receivers both go with the ones and the twos, and our O-line both go with the ones and the twos, and so do our backs. So it's not really just truly ones or twos. It's more when it comes to that with the O-line than anything.
Did you see Chris Steele today? Is he okay?
Yes, yeah. It's just some things as far as protocols, as far as health and stuff like that. He'll be fine.
And then with Darwin Barlow in yellow jersey, Portland Ford, what's their status?
He's also fine. He'll be fine. Sometimes we just do that just so they won't get contact in practice.
Portland? Portland Ford?
Cortland Ford, same thing. He'll be fine too. So that's why those guys, you still see them dressed, you still see them participating and stuff like that. Pretty much just getting ready for the game on Saturday, especially because, like I said, it was a contact practice 24 hours earlier than what we used to. It'll help with them getting some rest tomorrow and just getting treatment. They'll be ready to go on Wednesday.
Why was Parker Lewis over with the group rehabbing?
Why was he rehabbing?
Yeah, why was Parker Lewis over there?
Just pretty much all our guys rehab, so there's nothing wrong with him. He's fine. He was pretty much, like I say, at the time of the game, just accountability. And accountability for us is academics or just being where you're supposed to be on time, for the game standpoint. So, when you have those particular things that come up, then things happen where you got to make adjustments.
But it wasn't an injury.
No, he's fine. Yeah, he's fine.
You mentioned some of the young receivers who get more opportunity. What have they shown you in practice? We see bits and pieces of it, but what is Michael Jackson III and Harold Hudson, those guys showing you?
Michael Jackson, you all got a chance to see a little earlier just because he was here for spring football. And in spring football, did a great job. And nothing has changed to where, and all of a sudden he still can't do that for us. So now we're just later in the season, and, lucky that he came in January, so he's adapted. And, when it comes to Kyrie, when he first came here, he had a little hamstring issue, so that held him back. And now he's healthy. So now, it's time for him to, show what he can do.
You mentioned before that Jackson had a couple of, sloppy plays throughout the time that he was playing on Saturday. What can he do, I guess, to iron those out?
It was really his first series back in. And just for somebody that hadn't got live action since the Washington State game and, just getting back to the flow of the game. So, the first couple plays, he just made a couple, checks and adjustments that probably weren't the right checks or adjustments, but nobody can tell because he still made, we scored on the drive. So, just things he needs to clean up because he can't right back out the next drive, and he made the right checks and the right adjustments. So, it's just him getting back to the flow of the game.
Now that he's another week removed from the injury, do you want to see him run a little bit more in the game?
It was nothing that he couldn't run in the game we just played. It was just, the plays that were called were, for him to run at the moment in time. And, we had the running game going with the running back, so it didn't call on for him to do that.
What's the message to Keaton, just in general, going forward? He's obviously the starter for 2 seasons, and now he's into a split. What do you tell him, I guess, going forward?
This past game he still started. So, it's about, like I say, getting the right guy on the field to make sure we will win the football game, whatever that, entails. So, like I said, it's not really our issue. We're fortunate because we have 2 really good quarterbacks that we're confident in. It's more of our opponents, things that they have to handle.
Will you deliver the message to them on snaps and series on Friday again, or could that come earlier?
It'll come earlier. We talked about that on Tuesday, but once again, we've already talked about that yesterday. I don't want to talk about that anymore. Pretty much everything about us is about going forward, about what we need to do for Arizona State.
So you talked to the quarterbacks last week on Tuesday about what the snap
once
situation
again,
was going to be?
We talked about that already yesterday. Everything about me is about moving forward.
How have you tried to keep morale high with Drake's injury with your players?
I'm sorry, I can.
How have you tried to keep morale high with Drake's injury with your players?
You know what? I think the morale is high right now because there's a lot of opportunities. Drake at the moment in time, I want to say he already had caught 80 footballs. So, that's 80 balls right now that, we deviated through amongst different guys, whether it's tight ends or running back or other receivers.
Here we go. Where have you seen Kyle Ford kind of take steps throughout the process?
I think just getting more and more healthy. You know, it's a guy that had 2 ACLs. So when you have 2 ACLs and 2 knee injuries, you know, getting more comfortable to planting, cutting, and just getting you back used to playing football.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank